Sahana bhavatu sahanau punastu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So last year we have been studying this book, Esorteric Healing. This is from Alice Bailey. Alice Bailey. It's a teaching from Master Chalkul directly about the subject of healing. And in this book, last year we have been studying the psychological causes of disease. Psychological causes of disease. So we have already started this chapter. Psychological causes. Cause. In this we have studied some points which were explained in this chapter already by Master Chalkul. We have studied about the 7 centers and their correspondence with the physical organs. This we have studied already last year. And then the causes, according to this teaching, the causes of disease are classified mainly into 3 types. The 3 most important aspects. So first there is a classification of 3 important aspects in this. One is the psychological, as a gauging of the inner bodies of man from the angle of their development, their integration, and the total coordination of the personality.
The second is the inner anger?
The gazing of the inner bodies of man from the angle of their development, their integration and the total coordination of the personality as the subtler aspects of human being express themselves in consciousness, because these aspects are expressed in the consciousness of the human being. And so the psychological causes of disease are So now he is further explaining from the remarks made about these things. He says that diseases emerge into the physical body from the world of unseen world. Unseen world means the subjective plane. From the unseen world. Diseases emerge into the physical body from the world of the unseen, because generally we understand that disease is located somewhere in the physical body. But it is what is located in the physical body, anywhere in the physical tissue, is only the result, the manifested result of the disease, which is never located in the physical body. The same thing was explained also by Dr. Hahnemann in homeopathy. Dr. Hahnemann also explains that disease does not exist anywhere in the physical body. But normally we understand all the different sufferings, pains and all this as disease, but they are not the disease. For example, if you are suffering from constipation, so constipation is not the disease. It is only one manifestation of a disorder. Suppose you are suffering from headache. Some persons are there who are suffering from chronic headache. Every day they get headache. So they think that their disease is in the head. No. It is only one manifestation of the disease, and this manifestation is expressed through this in the form of pain. This is very clearly explained by Hahnemann. Therefore, according to the holistic sciences of healing, you should never directly deal with the symptoms or the sufferings. Suppose you use a painkiller. So its name itself shows it is the killer of the pain, but not of the... So, the pain is killed, it means the symptom is made to disappear. But unfortunately, symptom is not disease.
Which is more dangerous.
More dangerous. Hahnemann in homeopathy has explained that symptoms are indicators of the disease. They are only indicators. If you destroy the indicator, then what happens is you have eliminated any possibility for you to know what is happening inside and how you can deal with that. For this, I have given a known example several times. When you are driving the car, on the panel you have many indicators. Suppose suddenly when you are on the highway, driving on the highway, and there is an indicator blinking to show you that fuel is getting out. So what you have to do immediately to find some fueling station and go and fill. When you fill the fuel, the indicator stops automatically. But if you feel that the indicator is disturbing because of blinking, and break the indicator, so the indicator stops because you have broken it. But very shortly the car also stops on the mid-highway. The same thing happens to our body also. If we destroy these symptoms, instead of trying to do what you have to do with the disease, then no more indication will be there for you until you reach the end of the matter. That is what is happening very often in the medical field. It's what you see with many people. So when the effect of the disease is manifested on the physical tissue, then you go to the specialist, then he makes all the investigations, magnetic resonance and all these things. And then the doctor says, now you have the disease. But this is not the disease. It is only manifestation, and this is not now. Many years before it is there with you, now it got manifested. Suppose cancer. The cancer, only the oncologist, the specialist, can confirm only by taking a biopsy and testing it, and when he can see the cancerous cell, yes, now you have cancer.
The beginning is much.
The beginning of the cancer is not now. At least 10 years or 15 years before.
Yeah.
Not now. So there is the manifestation or the symptom when it is considered as a disease is a wrong understanding. So therefore we should try to find out what is the real cause of the disorder. Disease is a disorder, not the result of a disorder. Here we have to be very careful in understanding. Disorder and result that is manifested. So the result is not the disease, but the result is unfortunately given some name in the modern medical science. The modern medical science, they are concerned about giving a name to the disease. What is the use of giving it the name? So they make all, you go to the very specialist, they make all the investigations and they say, this is the name of your disease. Okay, then what? It is only the result. What you are giving a name is to the result that is manifested on the physical body. But the cause of the disorder is far deeper and far before than the manifestation. So, for example, cancer. So when you make the biopsy of the tissue which is affected, then you see they confirm that it is a cancer. Then what can you do to eliminate the part? That is what is happening. Either to cut it out or to burn it by radiation or to destroy it with chemicalization, chemo. Only these three alternatives. So, when you have destroyed that particular part which is affected by cancer, are you sure that it is cured? Never. Never. Because we are confronted with many cases like this. They make first biopsy test. Then you make another confirmation test. Then you make a surgery, you eliminate this. Then make a radiation. Then they say, what for this radiation? Then they say that, to prevent further. Okay, and then they say, you have to also take chemo. Then they say, we have done everything for you.
Have only to pay the bill.
Yes. Yes.
This is the point.
This is the point. And they will try to convince you that you are not paying from your pocket, it is from the insurance. But of course, for the insurance company you have paid before. Insurance company, they will not pay unless you pay insurance before. So all this, and then after a very short time, then there is another manifestation, because the disorder is there, you are not that is there, it is not eliminated. And then if you go to the doctor once again, they say, now this is the secondary effect. The primary I have taken this away, but it is secondary effect.
This is the
Repetition. Because it is manifested in another part. You have eliminated one organ, it has now manifested in another organ.
And even if these two there must be also they are the same ground,
Yes.
the same tissue.
Same tissue.
That it can appear.
It cannot, but they have already burned the tissue.
No, but in the other part.
In the other part, yes.
The same tissue.
Yes. So now again the whole thing. But now by this time what is happening? The whole immune system is destroyed. The defense mechanism is totally destroyed.
And then there's fear.
So there is no more defense in you, with you, no defense force. You are confronted with many attacks from the enemies. So anything can enter into you. Because all this type of treatment, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, all these types of treatments, they are not really to eliminate this. They are trying to destroy the immune system. The logic is that if you allow the immune system to continue, it is making the cancerous cell to spread, to multiply. So how can you stop multiplication of cancer cell by destroying the immune system? It's very...
But this is a criminal logic.
It's criminal logic. Because this is because they don't come to the point that disorder is not on the physical. This they won't accept. The disorder is on the higher level, and this is only a result manifested. The modern medical science not yet reached to this conclusion. So unless the modern medical science reaches this, you cannot make any solution. Only postponement. You can postpone. This is only postponement. What you do? They say we have given radiation, chemotherapy, and now you have no cancer. It is true on the physical level for now. But what about the quality of life? You may have postponed it for 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years, like that. Now they are claiming that, we have extended the life for 10 years. Okay, but during these 10 years, what is the quality of living? You have to completely support the system with so many medicines. It is awful. If you have to live the whole life taking so much of medication, chemicals, then it is better to live before that. It's a waste of time.
But you cannot bring the spiritual aspect to this purpose, because we do not see the spiritual.
No. Because when you see only the form aspect and cannot go beyond the form, then there is no solution. That is the problem. So that is why so the disease emerges into the physical body from the world of the unseen. So you see, this explains all these things. And from the use or misuse of subtler forces or inner planes. This is what is the cause of disease? It is a misuse. It is a misuse.
Even can be a misunderstanding.
Yes. Misuse of the subtler forces. Because our living is made possible by the activity of the subtler forces.
Which forces?
Subtle forces.
Is this a second cause of disease or first psychological?
It is in this chapter only. The subtler causes, the subtler forces. Because our living is made possible because of the activity of the subtler forces. What are the subtler forces? For example, you see, you know that our inhalation and exhalation is going on. Who is responsible for this activity? Are we responsible? If we think that we are responsible, then we would not have existed by this time. Because how much time you remember about this? It is a fact that the inhalation and exhalation should continue if we want to continue to live. But how much time in every day that you can remember this? Even this phenomenon is not remembered. If you are to be responsible, then you should make your inhalation and exhalation constantly remembering this. Suppose if the devas, they say that, my dear human beings, you keep doing your inhalation exhalation for one day for yourself because we have some work to do. Then what happens?
You die
We very easily forget about this because we are making inhalation exhalation. I have to live making inhalation exhalation. And would all say, how Ananta, how are you doing? Say, yeah, I am doing well. Finish. Because I forget to make inhalation. Finish. So, even though those people who call themselves to be rationalistic and scientific cannot deny the fact that inhalation and exhalation is conducted by some higher force, not by us. The test is so simple. So these are the higher forces working in us. They are responsible. They are called subtler forces working in us. So many of these subtler forces are working. A synthesis of these forces is responsible for our existence. You see? That is the work of the Deva kingdom who are working. If we believe or don't believe, it makes no matter. It is no matter for them. If we don't believe also, they will do the work. If we don't believe their existence, then also they do, because they are not doing for our belief. That is they are not human beings to do something for recognition. They are doing it with joy, not for recognition. So they do it whether you believe or not. Yes, yes. All pulsations, so many functions. All pulsations and all these are working as principles. There are many laws that are governing these functions. Law of pulsation and law of alternation. All these laws are functioning because of that only. Due to the operation of the law of alternation, you have alternation of inhalation and exhalation. Otherwise it cannot happen. Due to the law of pulsation, you have this centrifugal and centripetal, alternation of centripetal and centrifugal pulsations. All this is very perfectly arranged. They are working. So if you behave wrongly with these subtler forces, this creates a disturbance. So we should know how to behave properly with these, how to behave properly, how to cooperate with them. This is what we have to study, we have to know. Not just about only how to destroy a disease. So a cooperation, and Master Ike has given one wonderful lecture in Geneva, cooperation between human and Deva kingdoms. we are expected to have a good cooperation with the Devas, the Deva kingdom. That is what the Lord says in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He says that the Devas are honoring you because they are working for you for nothing. They are working for you constantly. So you try to learn that you have to honor them and be honored by them. Then there will be a mutuality.
This is
Cooperation. You learn to cooperate with them. Live with this cooperation. Then you will experience a very good existence.
Makes you follow soul counsel.
Yes.
If you cooperate,
If you cooperate properly,
then it makes you
follows. So therefore that is what the Lord says. You learn how to cooperate with the Devas and how to honor them and be honored by them. It's with this mutuality you will attain the best of the quality of the existence. That is what the Lord says. So therefore a disorder is the result of a misuse, a misbehavior, misuse of the subtler forces on the inner planes. So these inner planes we have to properly, first of all we have to accept the fact that our existence is on the inner plane. Even though we cannot see, we cannot perceive with our physical instrument, but it can be felt by you. If you start responding to this, then you can feel, then you can realize, you can experience it. If you are well trained, you can be in this experience always of the working of the inner subtler planes, of inner forces. It must be remembered, however, that disease, as it expresses itself in man, can be generally regarded as due to the following causes. Here he has given some causes of the disease in a regular form. So he says that it must be remembered, however, that disease as it expresses itself in man can be generally regarded as due to the following causes, and students would do well to have this most carefully in mind as they ponder on these matters. So what are the causes? The first is the individual disease due to interior conditions in a man's own equipment, to his mental state, or to an emotional condition which can produce serious illness. See, serious